All right, credit cards. Should you have at least one credit card? I put some ideas up here of benefits of credit cards. What do you guys think? Is having a credit card okay? Is having 5 credit cards okay? What about store cards? Are having store cards okay? What are the benefits of having a credit card or store card that I don't have up here? Isabel says it helps you build a credit score and no store cards. Yeah, so I have actually a few credit cards, but they are intentional credit cards that don't have annual fees and do give money back, returns, etc. I do not have any store cards. Those are horrible. You go and it's definitely not worth the 20 or 25 or whatever percent you're going to get on the one-time purchase. So please, we talked about that again with the credit score. Try to stay away from those. What are some reasons to avoid credit cards though? Well, because we spend more almost always by using a credit card. Almost the minimum, it's been found, those who use credit card instead of cash spend at least 5% more than they would if they spent cash. And it could be up to 100% more. And so if we're getting 1% back on our credit card, yet we're spending 5% more, that's not a very good deal. And so we need to really take into account what we're buying with our credit card and not just be swiping it. And if we're spending too much on household goods or clothing or going out to eat with our credit card, maybe that's when we need to go to a cash budget and say, I'm only going to spend this much money on food or going out to eat. I'm going to pay cash, and when it's gone, it's gone. That way we stick within our budget and we're not just swiping our card. We lose track of our spending. Interest is up to 25%. There could be late payments, annual fees. Our future income is now obligated towards this debt that we have. We lose some of our freedom. You can see this Visa guy that has this huge Visa ball over there with a chain tied to his ankle. So, all right. So what are some cardinal rules when using a credit card? You want to pay it off on time or earlier every month. So I have multiple cards that I use for different things, but I never carry a balance. I never pay interest. I never pay fees. I never pay overdraft fees. I never pay anything like that. So they can be useful and they do build credit and they can be good for certain things. And so I think they can be a good tool if we can not spend more than we would with cash, one, and pay them off every single month. And so if you can do that, that's fantastic. If you can't, you may want to put your credit cards in a glass jar in water and freeze it so that you don't have access to it. Credit cards also, you want to keep track as you spend, so you're not overspending. Again, mint.com or other tools like that could be helpful. And if you can't do those things, you do plastic surgery. You cut it up, you stick it in the freezer or whatever you need to, but you don't cancel those because they'll still, as we discussed in the credit training, they will still build your credit. When do you know you're in trouble with your credit card spending? When you're only making minimum payments to your card, that's a sign. When you reach your credit limit or go over it or are close to it, that is an issue. When you're waiting for the monthly bill before knowing how much you actually owe, that's problematic. Getting cash advances because you don't have enough in checking. Being turned down for credit. Withdrawing money from savings in order to pay credit card bills. And considering doing a home equity loan or a refinance and including your debts. These are all issues that you have trouble with credit card spending.